Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video, beer review. This time we're looking at a bottle of Sah'tea from Dogfish Head in Milton, Delaware, 9% ABV. Interesting beer this. It says on the label it's an ale brewed with black chai tea and juniper berries. It's a little bit more than that. It's quite a complex thing. It's based on a 9th century Finnish recipe. Traditionally, Sah'tea, which is spelled slightly different, is a beer brewed with, I think, with rye and various other things. But this one, it's essentially the brew is a normal beer. Fermented with a Weizen yeast strain. Then to replicate the kind of traditional ways of brewing this beer, because traditionally they didn't have metal brewing vessels, obviously back in the 9th century, so they used to use wooden kind of water vessels, and then they'd submerge boiling hot rocks into the beer. Dogfish Head, to replicate this, they start a big wood fire, put some of these stones in the fire, heat them up, and then post boil, put in these boiling rocks to kind of like bring that kind of boil back up. And they also add a blend of kind of teas. I think they use like cinnamon and nutmeg and various things like that. But they say on the label, our Sah'tea is based on a traditional 9th century Finnish recipe for Sah'tea that we brewed with rye and juniper and heat the work with wood-fired rocks. As I just said, we break the tradition by adding an exotic black chai tea at the end of the boil. So it's post-boil is that addition of the tea. I'm not going to drink a load of this because I'm going to take it to a party to show a friend of mine because I know he's going to be interested in trying this. And to be honest, I don't want to drink an entire bottle of this. So I'm only going to pour a little bit of it. So beer in the glass, I mean, perfect clarity to it. A real kind of like pale, kind of orangey golden. It looks like liquid honey. So not much of a head to speak of, but I mean, I poured a load. You get an impression of a bit of a slightly sudsy top. So let's give it a swirl and a good sniff. Wow. That is so different. You can pick out something like a Weizen at the back end of it. I mean, it does have those kind of banana and clove elements to it. Then lovely big coconut. Then there's a booziness to it. There's a real kind of traditional German malt backbone, which is probably kind of like Pilsner malt. Yeah, definitely getting those kind of slightly wildflower honey, kind of like acacia honey, maybe like heather honey. Yeah, wow. I'm gonna say bay leaf. So they say chai tea. Chai tea. I think I might have a taste of it once. I'm not a big tea fan, but that is quite a floral tea, as I remember, and it does have that. Yeah, definitely getting a hint of something like nutmeg, vanilla. Yeah, cinnamon, all those kind of things. Fragrant, floral, spicy. Oh wow, it's just so different. Maybe kind of slightly evergreen notes in there. Bonkers, a really interesting smelling beer. So let's have a sip and see what it's all about. Cheers, let's dive in. It's really nice, really smooth. Yeah, you can definitely look towards a lot better German styles, Weizen, certain kind of like Hellesbox, that kind of thing. Smooth, rich vanilla, coupled with a kind of like a buttercup syrup type of thing going on. Clear honey. Baked bananas. There's like a green banana note in there as well. And it's quite dry. It's got a certain vinous, kind of white wine character. Yeah, it's got a lovely kind of like smooth, creamy body to it. apricots, dried apricot I'm going to say. Maybe white grape. Yeah, that honey really kind of runs through it. Ice cream wafers. On the back end, you are getting a slight warmth of alcohol, and once again, kind of like a quite a sticky honey thing going on. Yeah, that's really good. It's surprisingly good actually. It's a funny one. It's definitely on that kind of, like, you can see the German influences, that kind of style. Ooh, yeah, just then loads of that chai tea, just that kind of retro nasal situation where it's just wafting around your senses. Yeah, there was kind of like a wildflower, dried spices. Yeah, and that kind of that fragrant floral tea. That's really interesting. Finish the glass nearly. Yeah, I want to share the rest of this. I'm going to put a cap back on it and take it over to my friend's house. So I'm sure he's going to be really interested to try it. That's really nice. Really different, but works. Really works. I'm interested to see what Martin thinks about it. So that is a bottle of Dogfish Head's Sah'tea, which is a ale brewed with chai tea, juniper berries, and a whole host of other shenanigans going on. Really interesting. I think it's just it just sums up Dogfish Head brilliantly. It's playful, it's rooted in history, and it's got it's just a really tasty, interesting beer. Anyway, I'll touch that farewell. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.